stars came out. As the roof came together, Leela skipped off the small boat and onto the soft, sandy shore, her bare feet sinking a little with each step. The air smelled of salt and sunshine, and the scent of frangipani flowers drifted from the trees lining the beach. It was Fiji, a faraway land where the ocean glittered turquoise, and the people smiled as bright as the tropical sun. She wore her favorite dress, the one with the bold hibiscus print, and clutched a small, shiny hammer her grandfather had given her. This was her first time visiting her grandfather's village, and she was here to help. Leela's grandfather, Papa Joe, stood waiting with open arms. His skin was the color of rich earth, and his smile crinkled the corners of his eyes. "Leela, my little hibiscus flower, welcome home." He scooped her up in a hug, and she felt safe and warm in his embrace. But as they walked through the village, Leela noticed that things weren't quite right. Some of the houses were missing roofs, and palm trees lay scattered on the ground. The bright colors seemed a little faded, and the usual laughter was quieter than she expected. "Papa, what happened?" she asked, her voice small. "A big storm came, Leela," he said, his voice gentle. It blew down some of the roofs and knocked over the trees. But we are Fijians, and we are strong. We will rebuild together. He led her to a small hut, its roof partially torn away. "This is where you and I will work, Leela. We will fix this roof for old Mrs. Tui." Leela looked at the damaged hut, then down at her small hammer. It looked like a very big job, and her hammer seemed so small. A little wave of worry washed over her. She wanted to help, but what if she wasn't strong enough? What if she made things worse? Papa Joe smiled, seeing the concern in her eyes. "We will start small, Leela. Every nail, every piece of thatch makes a difference, and I will be right here beside you." He began to gather fallen palm fronds and strong vines. Papa Joe showed Leela how to weave the fronds together to make new thatch panels for the roof. Her fingers fumbled at first, and she accidentally poked herself with a sharp piece of straw. "Ouch," she cried, feeling tears prick her eyes. Papa Joe carefully took her hand and showed her a better way to hold the fronds. "Patience, Leela," he said softly. "Like the tide, we must work with the rhythm of the earth. Slow and steady." Leela tried again, focusing on his instructions. Slowly, carefully, she began to weave. The sun beat down on her back, and sweat trickled down her forehead, but she kept working. She felt a small sense of accomplishment as she finished her first panel. It wasn't perfect, but it was something. As the afternoon wore on, other villagers came to help. They shared stories and laughter, their voices filling the air with warmth and encouragement. Leela felt a part of something bigger, a community working together to heal. Old Mrs. Tui brought them cool mango juice, its sweetness a welcome treat in the hot sun. She smiled at Leela. "Vinaka vakalvu, Leela. Thank you so much. Your help is a blessing." That evening, as the sun began to set, painting the sky in hues of orange and pink, Papa Joe told Leela a story. It was a Fijian legend about a giant who caused storms and a brave young girl who learned to calm him with kindness. Leela listened, captivated by the tale. The story reminded her of the storm they were trying to overcome, not just the one that damaged the village, but also the storm of worry inside her. After the story, they climbed back onto the roof. The other villagers had already repaired much of the frame. Now it was time to fix the last panels. Leela worked alongside Papa Joe, her small hammer tapping rhythmically. She felt stronger now, more confident. Each nail she hammered felt like a tiny victory. As the stars came out, the roof came together. The final panel was placed, and the hut was whole again. Mrs. Tui emerged, her eyes filled with tears of gratitude. She sang a traditional Fijian song of thanks, her voice clear and strong. That night, Leela lay in her bed in Papa Joe's hut, listening to the gentle sound of the waves. She thought about the storm, the damaged hut, and her own doubts. But she also thought about the kindness of the villagers, the sweetness of the mango juice, and the satisfaction of working together to rebuild. He realized that even though she was just one small girl with one small hammer, she had made a difference. She had helped to bring back a little bit of light to a village that had been touched by darkness. And she had learned that even in the face of something big and scary, small acts of kindness and courage can make all the difference. She thought of Mrs. Tui safe and dry in her repaired home, listening to the rain outside. The thought made Leela smile, closing her eyes. Leela imagined the stars shining brightly over Fiji, watching over the village and whispering promises of a new day. The waves continued to sing their gentle lullaby, and Leela drifted off to sleep, her heart filled with peace and gratitude, dreaming of hibiscus flowers and the warm smiles of her Fijian family. Sleep came easily, like a gentle wave washing over the shore.